Hi there, Sean Connolly, Director of Tools for Life. In the last video I spoke to you all about anxiety and the importance of keeping it down to a certain level. So in this video I would like to discuss another emotion which we call grief. And grief is a message that we have suffered a loss. As I stated before, every feeling that we experience is communicating what's going on around us. It's giving us a perception of the world that we live in. When you're experiencing grief, you've suffered a loss. You might have suffered a real loss, or you have a perception that you suffered a loss. But that's what grief is really. And at the moment, with this pandemic going on, people have lost their jobs, people have lost their businesses, children are losing out on education. There's a lot going on, a lot of loss, and a lot of worry of loss in the future. Now, there are different methods of dealing with grief, and I'm sure a lot of you out there have had to deal with the grief of losing a loved one, which is probably the highest amount of grief that an individual can feel. Myself, I've dealt with this 4 times, and there are different strategies of dealing with the grief. Some traditional therapists just say time will heal it, to get on with it. You'll find there's 3 stages in grief. There can be the anger stage. It's not fair. Why have I lost this? Then there's actual grieving itself, where you've accepted it. These are the circumstances, they're out of my control, and you just allow that grief to express itself. And then the 3rd stage is coming to terms with it and looking back at what you were grateful for, whatever it was you lost, looking at the gratitude of actually having it in your life at one stage. So again, a lot of people out there watching this will be angry at what's going on, and then you'll come to terms with it and you'll look for other resources. You'll start to assess where you are in your life, and then you give gratitude for the resources that you have now, and maybe the ideas that you're coming up with where you can move on, maybe even going into significance, helping other people, which will make you feel better. So it has to be dealt with, but I find if you go through those 3 stages analytically and write them down, you can overcome that feeling of grief a lot quicker. So write down what's made you angry about now. What are you grieving? What is that loss? And then the gratitude for what you had, although it's gone, and how you can use those resources and those skills. Because take for example, business. There's only 2 ways to take it if you've lost something that you've built up, that it's gone and a part of you is gone, or look at the experience and the resources and the skills that you've developed by actually building that, and take those resources, skills, get clarity on your future, look at other options, and then move forward. So hopefully that helps. You can take something out of it. I don't have all the answers, nobody does, but I think the important thing at this moment in time is for you to keep yourself stable and balanced, so that you can be here for the future and be there for your family, friends and loved ones. Take care. See you all soon.